Right, hi guys, Alpha1 here, and I'm going to be showcasing my old Archer build. So, as you can see from name Anarchanity, this character was rolled way back in Anarchy. I always liked Arc as a skill, thought it was really underrated. Everyone else disagreed, found out the skill was pretty garbage, but I mean the character works. It was fairly effective in Anarchy, it worked well as a party support. And yeah, I mean, after Anarchy dropped the standard, I didn't really play a character much, but after the arc buffs, I decided to give it a try. It's really strong now. So, sort of the base stats, we turn on auras, clarity, and discipline. So I have 8.7k ES, pretty good. My gear is decent, 730 ES regalia, 5 link, decent helm, pretty shitty shield. Rainbow strides, good belt, lots of ES and gloves, really good ring, Dodre's damning, and okay crit neck. Scepter's okay offensive scepter, but like none of this gear is anything special. You can put together this spec in like 5 exalts really easily. It's by far my cheapest high level character. In terms of defenses, cap resist, no armor, no evasion. 107 mana regen, which is barely enough after they buffed arc. Now DPS looks pretty shitty. It's interesting. It says 2.5k total tick, goes up like I think 3.6 or something with max power charges. But my gem setups, like it's elemental proliferation and lightning pen, so those two don't add any total DPS at all, but like they add a ton of real DPS. So yeah, 5 links, spell totem, arc, faster casting, lightning pen, prolif, and let me check conductivity. I've been running vulnerability when mapping with other people. Where do I even put vulnerability? Ah, there we go. Alright, let me get conductivity on instead. And yeah, so here's a moderately dangerous underground river map, I guess. Extra damage, monster life. Chain's really annoying for dual totem, but let's go. Alright, so while we're loading, I guess I'll go a little into like the pros and cons of Arc. The pros is as an implicit chance to shock, and then add in quality Arc, which gives additional chance to shock. And yeah, I haven't touched this character since ages ago. And static blows, which gives another 20%. I have like 50-ish% chance to shock, more with conductivity, but I don't actually use conductivity that much. So that's pretty good. And then with dual curse, it amplifies my offensive by a lot. And there's crit chance, but crit on, like, the base crit on Arc sucks. The reason I go crit is because it's really good against rares. Yeah. Fuck, I hate Chain. God, Chain is bullshit. Yeah, so I use Ice Spear, GMP, Power Charge, and Crit to get in power charges. It's really standard. Map with some really bullshit enemies, and it's Chain, and extra damage. My totems are gonna die a lot. Yeah. See, the build works. Like, it kills pretty fast, it shocks everything, it's really good at parties. It's, actually, the reason I quit playing this character in the first place is because it was rather shitty solo, because as you can see, the totems aren't, like, it's the same problem as the rest of the totem builds have. Totems themselves aren't particularly tanky. But you get good elemental damage enemies and, like, chain and bullshit mobs like that, totems die a lot. So, I mean, you can see the clear speed is pretty good. This is a monster life 74 map, so the whites are completely disintegrating, and, like, birds aren't that much better off either. Dies, and it's pretty tanky. Like, I mean, top ES gear, I'm easily over 10k.
My mana is spent.
Nice. You think mana's an issue, but it really isn't. With like 100 mana regen, our totem costs 200 to cast. I have enough free mana. I run mana pots, I don't really have to. But they're used 1/2 regen, and again, I haven't played this character since like pretty much the end of Anarchy, so Arc's gotten quite a few buffs since then, so I can replace a lot of this setup. But hey, it works. I'm lazy. I spend most of my time in ambush and in vision, so whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to showcase the build after the arc buffs, because I've been experimenting with dual totem arc, but I don't think many people actually have an endgame arc character, because arc used to really suck. I don't think that many people have a like level 20 arc with level 20 support gems and shit. So yeah, these are blues. They're killing the totem. Because totems are made of paper. It's through a chain. And yeah, I mean, it struggles a little bit against smaller packs. I'm interested to see how it'll do against the boss too. Like, I have not played this character in months, so we'll see. But I mean, yeah, it works fairly well. Like, it works a lot better solo than it used to, and like, yeah, and then the reason I have crit is like you saw that rare back then, like it wasn't taking much damage and it just dies. Like, normally your totems, like rares are too tanky for your totems to shock. But with crit weakness and an awful crit multiplier, you can actually get shocks onto rares. You get one shock onto rares, they take more damage. It's easy to get 2 more shocks onto them, and it's great. That's sort of how it works. The 6th link for arc, which I don't have right now, would be crit multi. Again, like the crit chance on arc is awful. I probably have like 29% chance to crit or something with max bar charges, but. Man, lag sucks. Actually, how much do I have? Let's pull up some bar charges. So, on arc, I have offense, 28.5% chance to crit. Like, it's not that great, but sort of necessary for a rare. Oh great, Storm Herald. And he's dead. Like, it does a lot of damage, especially to just regular mobs. I did this on a lightning resist map earlier. It worked fairly well too. Like, this is never gonna be like highest DPS in the world build, but given that you have great party utility, you have double curse. Yeah, you have double curse, you shock stack everything. It's pretty good. Man, what if people actually talk about these videos? That's no fucking idea. Like, they just clear the map in silence or something after they exhaust everything. I mean, I've sort of gone over the cons, right? Other than that, like, if I actually pick the character more, I'd experiment with throwing an Empower into the link somewhere, and like actually bothering to get a 6th link. Oh, that's not cool. Oh yeah, I guess hardcore. I think this build's hardcore viable as around the same ES build like one's dual totem build, freeze pulse build. In hardcore you probably want to use Dream Fragged and I have Chayla. Like, I'm just using a random rare ring that gives lots of nice stats and amulet. This is softcore and I don't give a shit. I do think this build's hardcore viable. Like, I have fairly shitty gear for a 87 character and I'm on almost 9k ES, so that's cool. I mean, like, it really doesn't get that much damage, honestly. Shit ton of ES though. And like, this was rolled as Templar because Templar was the best class to do it all the way back then. Now I'd probably drop the entire Templar start here. Start as Witch. Like, these 16% spell damage nodes are fucking stupid. And then like grab these nodes at the start of Shadow. You'd probably end up doing a lot more damage too. So yeah, maybe that. But again, I wrote this character 8 months ago. Arc was an afterthought in the shittiest skill in the game 8 months ago. Flat setup, get a heat flask, get a staunching flask, get a warding flask, like, it's pretty standard. Now, I say that, but my flasks are awful. As you can see, like, I don't really care about my gear. I'm running 3 links. Like, I'm level 87, I'm running 3 links. Like, this gear is it's so easy to get good enough gear to get this character decent. Like, if you're playing softcore, right, like you get a cheap couple hundred ES chest. Like, it's easy to get 400 ES chest in like the first week of a league. You get decent gear. Like, none of this shit's expensive, except for Rainbow Strides, I guess. But you can honestly substitute that for a random pair of. Like, you lose a little mana, makes it a little more suffer. You might have to actually use mana functions, but like, who cares? Super cheap. My friend wrote this at the start of Domination too, and it worked fine. So, um, honestly, the biggest change, like, this build rushed in parties anyways before. It was also really good for getting your friends killed to reflect, but that's a different matter altogether. Anyways, this build crushed in parties, it shock stack shit, made life easier. It used to suck solo. Like, the reason why I got stuck at 87, I never bothered playing it more, was because I was really sick of spending like 10 minutes killing everything solo. But I mean, like, this map, extra damage lightning chain before would be like a fucking nightmare for this build, and right now it's honestly not that bad. And like, these enemies don't feel like they have monster life, they're just dying. I really need a warding clap, holy shit. And Kane is really annoying. Yeah, like, so as you can see, the arc is clearly effective in high maps. I wish I had a higher map than Underground River, but my map on standard fucking sucks. I haven't played standard in like 9 months, so too bad. To deal with it, that's really dangerous. I don't know what was up with GGG when they made the new X3X enemies. Like, they do so much damage. It's
My
unreal.
mana is spent.
And then add in chain and extra damage binding, and I'm die and so do I. But I mean, like, look at that. Rares are just fucking falling like flies. Like, anyone who says Arc doesn't do damage is high. Oh, here's the boss. Underground River boss is a complete joke, so that's fun. Apparently his blues are killing the fuck out of my totems. I was a little worried about this. The boss is taking a while to kill. Yeah, single target on Arc is never going to be amazing, but it's not awful. Like, dead. Okay, cool. The helmet, Regalia, whatever.
I am no beast of burden.
Burden, I don't care. Serrated Bow is a good base, I should really pick it up. Pretty got Regalia, that was almost decent. Oh. What's this honor home? That's right. Left remaining one. Oh yeah, and I haven't been showing it, but you can use lightning warp reduced duration to get around and leveling them. It works. Like, I don't know what else there is to say. Characters, all that different from your standard gold totem spec, except it uses arc. I'll probably post the skill tree when I post the build. Oh, the one my faster casting just hit 20. Maybe. Faster casting, yes, 20. Okay, cool. I can CP that up if I remember / care, which I don't. Monsters, it's good enough for nutrition. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed. I guess I'll take a look at the passive tree here. So, start Templar, grab mana regen, elo damage, prestidigitation, whatever. Like, again, this start is like simply just strictly shittier than the Witch start now. Witch start, you just grab insane amounts of spell damage and insane amounts of cast speed, and you can grab 40 mana regen if you need it. Like, it just beats Templar start completely. So, yeah, start this as Witch, or start this as Shadow. Like, elo damage, spell damage, elo damage, mana regen, spell crit. Like, just start this as anything other than Templar. And yeah, it works. You get mana regen, static blows, shitty spell damage. I don't even know why I got these aura nodes. Oh, right, so clarity and discipline doesn't take up that much. CI, crit, power charges. Yeah, this will also do more damage with 7 power charges, but I don't, and I'm not fucked to respec it, so too bad. Yeah, and then it's really easy. Like, you level as Flame Blast or Searing Bond or where the fuck people level us nowadays. Ah, I should grab a mental adaptation sometime, but whatever. Yeah, so that is the Archer. Yay.